Good morning, everybody. It is about, like I said, 5 degrees in there. Maybe that's being nice. But the sun is shining and there's no wind, and that makes all the difference in the world. I would even go as far as say that makes life and death difference, especially if you're talking life and death of a baby calf. Just the wind chill just really gets you. I don't know. I have never been anywhere. The last couple places that I've lived are never as cold as it is here when it's winter and the wind is whipping through here. But we're up on a hill. Like it comes up out of the canyons, it comes out any direction it comes out of, we're up on top and we catch it. Last night when I went to bed, I just had this feeling. I was like, the male bunnies, they're not going to be okay, or there's something wrong out there in the pen. And it just was dark and it was negative 20 degrees. I just wasn't going to try to go find them because I figured if they're down their den, I can't find them anyway. And I dug out their den because it had covered over with snow before I came into the house. It covered over twice yesterday. That's something I gotta watch with both bunny pens, is if the wind's blowing or it's snowing, then the dens will cover with snow and they can't get out, and eventually they'll asphyxiate. They don't need very much air to survive, so I keep an eye on it and keep the opening of their den open for them. But I hadn't seen them at all yesterday, and I don't blame them because it was cold. So I woke up this morning and I look out the window in the kitchen, and the black rabbit is chasing the dog. And this is the same black rabbit that when it was a little rabbit back last spring, like a little rabbit. It got out and the dog just loved on it. It loved it so much. Fancy loved that rabbit so much she about killed it. Like, she licked it and played it, and she never bit it. She didn't break any of its little legs or tear its ears or hurt its eyes, and that's usually what dogs do to baby rabbits. None of those things. She just licked it to within an inch of its life. And that is one of the reasons that poor little black bunny is as friendly as it is, because it got really good and desensitized by the dog and survived it. When I found him, I felt so bad for him, but he was fine. So this morning I look out, I'm like, okay, so the black bunny finally got big enough to pick on the dog, which he was enjoying immensely. I didn't get it all on camera, but they just run around the yard for like an hour, and the bunny picked on the dog. And I knew that Fancy wasn't gonna kill it, because I mean, she is capable of killing rabbits, aren't you? She has done so in the past, but just watching them, she wasn't gonna kill it. So I let them be for quite a while. They've been out running around, that one and the gray one, until I could get a cup of coffee and get my warm clothes on and get out here and see what happened in the bunny pen. Which it just drifted over. It does that about once a winter, maybe twice. Last winter it did that too. And those bunnies, they never got back in the pen. They just became wild bunnies. Those are the yellow ones that you see running around the ranch here sometimes. They were last winter's free goers. Let's see if we can catch them in the pen here. They're gonna go down their den. Again. It snows a little hard this morning. Had to pull him out. I never intended for this pen to be a winter bunny pen because it doesn't have any protection. It doesn't have, you know, a building or anything like that they can get in. And I just didn't get the other pen done. I got the female bunny pen done up last fall, and they didn't have an indoor spot to be either. So I started digging them a den, and they finished it, which is a really simple thing to do to a bunny. If you start digging a hole, they will guarantee finish it. But this pen is not supposed to be a winter bunny pen, and it will not be next winter because it's a lot of hassle for me. And it's a lot of extra work, and I would really like for all of them to be out in one place, one water hydrant, one place to feed all the animals, and I know that everything is warm and safe. And I don't want them to kill this lilac bush. I didn't dig this hole under this lilac bush that they're calling a den. That was actually a female bunny this spring. I had a female bunny in there, and she decided to have kits. The male bunny got in there for like 10 minutes, and she had kits. She dug that. And I'm worried that it's down there underneath the lilac roots, that they're eating all the roots out of the lilac bush. I'm actually wondering if maybe it might be dead by the time spring comes around because they're under there, but I don't know. One of those things, I guess. Which ones do you want more, the lilac bush or the bunnies? And today I want the bunnies. In the spring I'll probably want the lilac bush. But I'm going to go in and have another cup of coffee. Miles is going to dig out the yard. Don't back into the nice pickup. I told him to start it like 3 days ago and move it, but it's so much hard snow around here. We've got about, okay, so we've probably got 2 feet, that might be excessive, 1.5 foot of snow. I would almost go as far as to say that we snowed 2 feet, but we've had hellacious winds. Oh, he's trying it again. That diesel pickup smokes when it's cold. I always feel bad. I'm like, that's a lot of pollution. But then I'm also like, that pickup will always start in the cold, and it has never stranded us, and it's a good pickup. Hey, we've got, I doubt you can tell. Fancy, come here. Come, show them how deep this is. You didn't go down in the hole. Anyway, we probably had 2 feet of snow, but the wind has blown so hard, fell in, that it's relocated it, and it's just drifts, really big drifts. And since we had such cold temperatures last night, the drifts have gotten really hard. They're almost hard as rocks. Like, they are aggressive hard. So I'm gonna go get a cup of coffee, have a little sit down, probably call my sister or my mom, see how they're doing this morning. And when Miles gets back from feeding the cows, we will start the tractor and the skid steer and start digging out, because the drifts are just too hard to just blow through all the time everywhere. So, see you guys later.